Hi, welcome to my video on find the equation from a graph or given information of the absolute value function. Find the equation from a graph. Let's do an example. Notice we have a V shape and two lines linear. So the vertex is x is 1, y is 2. Also notice that it's going down, so it opens down. Because it opens down, that means A is going to be negative. And another concept to look at is slope. So the slope is 1, 2, down 2, right 1. So the slope is negative 2 over 1 or negative 2. So the equation is y equals, and A is, remember, the equation is y equals A, absolute value of x, minus h plus k. Very similar to a parabola, only this would be a square in a parabola. So A is, slope is negative 2, so A is negative. Notice it's going down. Negative is here or here. And absolute value of x minus 1, opposite of the 1, plus the 2. So, pause the video and see if you can get the equation for these three. When you get them done, press play to see if you're right. Vertex is 0, negative 2. And A is, it's going, A is the slope, so A is your 1, 1. So A is 1, and notice it's going up, so A is positive. And so we have y, A is 1, and it's positive. X minus 0 is just the same as x, minus 2. So the equation y equals absolute value of x minus 2. And the vertex of this one, the vertex here is x is 0, y is 4. 0, 4. And A is slope, so it's 1, down 1, right 2. So it's down 1, which is negative, right 2. And it's going down. Again, going down means that A is negative, just to make sure. If we do it like this, going down, opens down, is negative, or you can pick it up in the slope. So the equation is y equals, A is slope, negative 1/2. Absolute value, x minus 0 is just x, plus 4. And this one, we have a vertex. X is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So x is 1, y is negative 6. And the slope is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So the slope, which is the A, is 3 over 2, and it's positive. And again, just to remind you, it opens up, so that means A is going to be positive. So the equation is y equals 3 over 2, positive, or with the slope, absolute value of x minus 1, because it's the opposite of the x-coordinate vertex, minus 6. Okay, let's turn over and do some more. A concept that or an idea that I never discussed on the absolute value function of a linear is that the idea of an axis of symmetry. Let me explain. This equation, we've got the axis of symmetry is x equals plus or minus h. So the vertex is x is 2, y is 4. And it opens up. So if that's the vertex of 2, 4, like that, and it's an absolute value, and it opens up, the axis of symmetry moves straight down through splitting the absolute value into two parts. So that's x equals 2. and a symmetrical on each side, like a parabola. So, let's do another one. Example. We have a vertex of -1, -3. So the axis of symmetry is x equals -1. Notice the axis of symmetry is a vertical line. And the equation of a vertical line is always x equals the x-coordinate or the x-intercept where it passes through on the graph, which is 2. And the vertex, this one is 0, 2. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 0. Vertex is 4. Opposite of -4 is 4, and 0. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 4. Practice means the way I teach, I do some. Now you see if you can get the axis of symmetry for these 4. The vertex of this one is x is -1, 6. So the axis of symmetry is x equals -1. The vertex is 7, -2. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 7. The vertex is -3, -1. So the axis of symmetry is x equals -3. The vertex is 2, opposite, -4. Keep it the same. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 2. We'll use these now in a minute in the video to find the equation. And also, the absolute value behaves very similar to the parabola in that it has a maximum minimum value. And let's explain. If a is less than 0, the maximum value is k. A is negative. A is less than 0, the parabola opens down. The vertex is the maximum point. Or if a is greater than 0, they have a minimum value. A is positive, parabola opens up. If a is greater than 0, a is positive, so parabola opens up, the vertex is the minimum point. So the minimum value is k, which is the y value of your vertex. Let's look at a few of these. Find the maximum or minimum value of each. The vertex is 1, 4. Notice that a is positive, 3. So the parabola opens, because it's positive, the parabola opens up. That means we have a minimum value. So the minimum value is the y value of your vertex. So the minimum value is y equals 4. It's the lowest value of y in your graph. And B, we have a vertex of -2, opposite of +2 here, -6. And notice that a is negative. So a is negative. That means the absolute value opens down from this vertex. So that means this is the highest point. So the maximum value is y equals -6. The maximum, this point is the maximum point. -2, -6 is the maximum point. This is the minimum point, 1, 4. But the minimum value of y is 4. There are more values higher than 4, but the lowest is 4. The vertex of this one is opposite of -4 is 4, -1. And a is positive. So since a is positive, the absolute value moves. Absolute value is positive, so the absolute value moves up. So y equals -1 is the minimum value. Minimum. And this is positive, so this is a minimum. I'll put that, just make sure that's a minimum, and this is a maximum because it opens down. And this one, the vertex is x is 0, 3, and a is negative. Therefore, it opens down, so y equals 3 is the minimum value of this function or this equation. So practice means pause the video and see if you can get the answers to the 3 of these or 4 of these correctly. The vertex is -7, 0. A is negative. And as a result, if it's negative, it opens down. So y equals 0 is your maximum value. The vertex is 5, -1. And A is positive. That means it opens up. So that means y equals -1 is the minimum value. And number 3, the vertex is 0, 4. A is positive. Notice A is positive. So the absolute value moves, it opens upward like that. And therefore, the minimum value is y equals 4. And just put the minimum word there. And again, absolute value, so the vertex is -1, 3, and A is negative. So negative means it opens down, so that means the maximum point. So y equals 3 is the maximum value of this equation or this function. Okay, so that's maximum minimum. Explained very similar to a parabola. And I apologize if I say parabola sometimes, but you know I'm doing absolute value function. Now, having all that information, let's work through, find the equation the first page in this video. I did on the first sheet, I did from a graph. Now let's find the equation from the given information. Find the equation from the given information. We're dealing with the absolute value of a line, linear, which means we're dealing with find the equation like this. So the vertex, I have 1, so that's x minus 1 plus 4. It opens up, which means that A is positive, and the vertical stretch is 3, so it's 3, and there's the positive understood. And this one, we have an axis of symmetry. So an axis of symmetry is the x-coordinate of the vertex. So the axis of symmetry is 2, so that's the x-coordinate of the vertex. And it opens down from -6. So it opens down from -6. So that means that the y value is -6. It opens down. That's the maximum value. And the slope is 4. So we got y equals 4. And it opens down, so it's negative. X minus 2 minus 6. Opposite of the 2 is -2. It opens down, so it's negative. Slope is 4. Opens down from 6. And again, means that this is the maximum. Practice. Practice means pause the video and work out these 4 equations, and when you get them done, play it back to see if you're right. Here we go. The vertex. Again, we're looking at y equals a bracket x minus h absolute value plus k. So we got y, so the vertex is -2, so that's a +2 minus 3. The range is, well, the range is up, so it's up from the -3, so the range is up, so that means is greater, so that means got to be greater than equal to for absolute value. Left off the equal sign because it's equal to. So that's a plus, and the vertical stretch is 7. So note the range is greater than equal to or less than equal to. So I've omitted that equal sign there. And the second one, the axis of symmetry is x equals -9. So that's the vertex is, let's do the vertex, x is -9, and it opens up from 2, so that's a 2. So that means it opens up, that's a minimum. And slope is 3, so let's see, opens up is a positive. Slope is 1/3, that's the A value. And the axis of symmetry is the x-coordinate vertex, so that's x plus 9 plus 2. Opens up is a minimum point of 2. Number 3, vertex is 6, 4, so y equals absolute value x minus 6 plus, make that plus 4. Opens down and has no vertical stretch. So that means it has no vertical stretch. The vertical stretch is 1. It remains, there's no unchanged. And opens down, which means it's negative. So the equation is y equals negative of x minus 6 x minus absolute value of x minus 6 negative plus 4. Okay. Number 4, the axis of symmetry is the part that goes through the vertex at 3. Has a minimum value of 1. So that's the y coordinate of the vertex. So we got y x minus 3 plus 1. Minimum means that minimum, it's the minimum point, so that means it's opening, it opens up like that. The vertical stretch is 2, so because it's a minimum and it opens up, that means that A is positive, so positive 2. So y equals 2 absolute value of x minus 3 plus 1. Again, the minimum maximum value axis of symmetry is just something that I wanted to introduce on the absolute value. And you might not see that around a lot. I always like to introduce some similar ideas to other functions that will help you understand. So, and that brings us to the end. And hopefully, if you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. And that's the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing the video. Bye-bye.